What's shaking in the world of national security and local business? Get ready for a rapid-fire update. We've got major developments that you absolutely cannot miss. From unexpected federal actions to shifts in community landmarks, the news cycle is relentless, and we're here to break it all down. Stay locked in for the inside scoop on everything happening right now. Let's dive in. First up, a significant federal probe has landed right at the doorstep of a former high-ranking official. We're talking about a raid that's sending ripples through the political landscape. What does this mean for national security and the handling of sensitive information? We've got the latest. Then, we shift gears to local impact, where federal funding cuts are leading to tough decisions for a community contractor, affecting dozens of jobs. Plus, a beloved local eatery is closing its doors after nearly 3 decades. Finally, we're looking at a direct comparison of recent events that have put national security and document handling under a microscope. You won't want to miss these critical updates. Stick around and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a beat. FBI raids ex-advisors home amid national security probe. This development puts a spotlight on the rigorous scrutiny former U.S. officials face regarding classified information. The FBI has conducted a raid on the Maryland residence of former U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton as part of a national security investigation into his handling of classified materials. The operation, which took place on a Friday morning at Bolton's home in Bethesda, near Washington, D.C., was reported by the New York Post and seemingly confirmed by FBI Director Kash Patel in a post on X, stating, "No one is above the law at FBI agents on mission." This action stems from an inquiry into confidential information that was initially initiated during the Trump administration and later paused under President Biden. Bolton, who served as National Security Advisor from 2018 to 2019, has a history of controversy regarding sensitive information. His 2020 memoir, The Room Where It Happened, faced legal challenges from the Trump administration, which attempted to block its publication, citing the inclusion of vital national security secrets and alleged violations of non-disclosure agreements. While a judge allowed the book to be published, the administration's concerns about Bolton's conduct and its national security implications persisted. The Justice Department had previously launched an investigation into whether Bolton's publication of classified material breached his agreements. This raid occurs amidst a broader public discussion and criticism concerning the handling of classified documents by former government officials. It follows recent remarks by FBI Director Patel, who alleged that former FBI Director James Comey approved of government document leaks during the 2016 presidential campaign. Patel, appointed FBI Director earlier this year, has publicly committed to exposing corruption and what he describes as federal government cover-ups. Bolton himself has not commented on the specifics of the raid. However, he has been a vocal critic of former President Trump's foreign and national security policies since leaving his administration. Bolton has also been critical of Washington's approach to U.S.-India relations, characterizing it as confused and expressing concern over tariffs imposed on India, while Beijing faces no such penalties. He warned that isolating India could push the nation closer to Russia and China, stating, "I do worry that India is being driven closer to Russia and China." Regarding his financial standing, Bolton's net worth is estimated at $6 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Prior to his role in the Trump administration, he earned $569,423 from Fox News, where he was one of their highest-paid contributors, as indicated in a 2019 litigation filing. The community and political observers are closely watching for further developments, with many highlighting the implications for former officials and the strict protocols surrounding classified information. Hold on tight, the story is far from over. Now, let's look at how federal funding cuts are impacting local communities. Bethesda contractor lays off staff amid funding cuts. This situation underscores the direct impact of federal budget decisions on local organizations and their employees. Global Communities, Inc., a USAID contractor based in Bethesda, has been compelled to lay off 44 employees, representing 1/3 of its staff, due to federal funding cuts. This decision, implemented this month, highlights the ripple effect of federal budget allocations on organizations that provide essential services and support. The layoffs at Global Communities, Inc. are a direct consequence of reduced federal funding, forcing the organization to scale back its operations and workforce. This move is particularly significant given the organization's role in international development and humanitarian aid, often relying on consistent government support to maintain its programs and staffing levels. The impact of these cuts extends beyond the affected employees, potentially slowing down or halting critical projects and partnerships that Global Communities, Inc. has been instrumental in fostering. In addition to these workforce reductions, the report also touches upon other local news, including a fire in Brookville that displaced a family of 5 and their pet, causing approximately $250,000 in damages without any reported injuries. Furthermore, the popular Chinese restaurant, Hollywood East Cafe in Wheaton, is set to close this weekend after nearly 30 years of operation, marking the end of an era for a long-standing community establishment. These local stories, while varied, collectively paint a picture of the current economic and social landscape, where funding shifts and business closures are significant concerns. The weather outlook for the day is sunny with a high near 82 degrees. Other notable local news includes the identification of a 17-year-old boy fatally shot in Long Branch, an informative piece on Maryland and federal estate taxes for 2025. A discussion on how visualization aids executive functioning in educational and home settings, the grim statistic of 3 heat-related fatalities in Montgomery County among 30 statewide this summer, and appointments of new elementary and middle school principals by the MoCo School Board. The article encourages readers to stay informed by subscribing to local headlines delivered to their inbox. These local events collectively illustrate the challenges and changes occurring within the community, from economic pressures on businesses to personal tragedies and administrative updates. We've seen federal actions and local impacts. Now, let's connect these events to broader national security discussions. Bolton's home and office searched by FBI. This investigation into a former national security advisor's handling of classified information raises critical questions about government transparency and accountability. The FBI conducted searches at the home and office of former National Security Advisor John Bolton, an action tied to his management of classified documents. Bolton, who served in the Trump administration for just over a year, has since emerged as a prominent critic of former President Trump, notably expressing his belief that Trump would weaponize the Department of Justice for personal retribution. When questioned about the search at Bolton's Maryland residence, the FBI confirmed court-authorized activity in the area, emphasizing that there is no threat to public safety and stating they had no further comment. The initial report of the search came from the New York Post, and Bolton's office had no immediate comment. Sources familiar with the investigation, who spoke on condition of anonymity as they were not authorized to discuss the ongoing probe publicly, confirmed to Xbox Central that the search was indeed related to Bolton's handling of classified documents. This incident follows Trump's decision to revoke security clearances and security details for Bolton upon his return to office, details that were in place due to threats from Iran. Trump, when addressed by reporters regarding the investigation into Bolton, stated his intention not to interfere despite his position as the chief law enforcement officer. He drew a parallel between the search of Bolton's home and the FBI's search of his own Mar-a-Lago residence, noting the thoroughness of both searches. Bolton's 2020 memoir, The Room Where It Happened, which offered a critical account of his time in the White House and Trump's foreign policy approach, had previously been the subject of a lawsuit by the Trump administration. The administration sought to block its publication, alleging that Bolton had not followed proper clearance procedures and that the manuscript contained classified information. A judge ultimately allowed the book's release, but acknowledged that Bolton's actions raised national security concerns. The Biden administration later dismissed the lawsuit, and a grand jury investigation was dropped the following year. Bolton's public commentary has extended to foreign policy, including sharp criticism of Washington's engagement with India, which he described as confused. He has voiced concerns over significant tariffs imposed on India, while China faces no such measures, warning that this approach could alienate India and push it closer to Russia and China. These events highlight the ongoing tensions and legal scrutiny surrounding former officials and their handling of sensitive government information. We've covered significant federal actions. Now, let's examine the broader implications of these document-related investigations. FBI activity at John Bolton's Bethesda home confirmed. This confirmation adds another layer to the ongoing discussions about government document protocols and accountability for former officials. Further details have emerged regarding the FBI's activity at the Bethesda home of former National Security Advisor John Bolton. The FBI confirmed that court-authorized operations were conducted at the location, stating unequivocally that there was no threat to public safety and that no further comment would be provided at this time. This confirmation follows initial reports by the New York Post and an indirect acknowledgement from FBI Director Kash Patel via X, who posted, "No one is above the law at FBI agents on mission." Sources close to the investigation, who spoke on condition of anonymity, have indicated to Xbox Central that the activities were directly related to Bolton's handling of classified documents. Bolton, who served under President Trump from 2018 to 2019, has been a vocal critic of the former president since his departure. His tenure was marked by a controversial memoir, The Room Where It Happened, published in 2020, which detailed his experiences in the White House. The Trump administration attempted to block the book's publication, citing national security concerns and alleged breaches of non-disclosure agreements. Despite these efforts, a judge permitted its release, though concerns about Bolton's conduct and its national security implications were noted. The Justice Department had previously investigated whether Bolton's publication violated his agreements, and the Trump administration initiated a lawsuit, which was later dropped by the Biden administration. This situation is occurring within a broader context of scrutiny over how former government officials manage classified information. It draws parallels to investigations involving other former officials, including former President Trump himself, concerning his handling of documents after leaving office. Trump has publicly compared the search at Bolton's residence to the FBI's search of his Mar-a-Lago property. Bolton's public statements have also extended to foreign policy critiques, including his views on U.S.-India relations, which he has described as confused. He has expressed concern over economic policies affecting India, particularly tariffs, and their potential to push the nation towards Russia and China. Bolton's estimated net worth is around $6 million, with prior earnings from Fox News contributing significantly to his financial standing before his government service. These developments continue to fuel public discourse on the security of sensitive information and the responsibilities of those who handle it. We've explored significant federal actions and their local echoes. Now, let's recap the key takeaways from this packed news cycle. FBI raids John Bolton's home amid probe into classified documents. Federal funding cuts lead to layoffs at a Bethesda contractor. A popular Wheaton restaurant is closing after nearly 30 years. We've got all the details you need to stay informed. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Xbox Central for more crucial updates, hit that notification bell so you never miss out, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. Thanks for watching.